Hello, my name is Nangmenyi, and it's a pleasure to be able to speak with you about the exciting opportunities in the fracking fluids industry. The current energy boom in North America sets the stage for the United States to surpass Russia as the net exporter of natural gas by the year 2020 with 4.8 trillion cubic feet per day. By the year 2017, it's expected that the United States would also exceed Saudi Arabia with a net production of oil at a rate of 11.1 million barrels per day. The technological advancements that are happening in the drilling industry, particularly hydraulic fracturing, is fueling this growth. So the hydraulic fracturing process is better known as hydrofracking. And right now, in 1 million wells across the United States, hydraulic fracturing occurs approximately on 35,000 of those wells, which is about 3.5%. This spells out a tremendous growth opportunity for hydraulic fracturing, especially for the hydrofracking fluids. So the BCC research report provides a breakdown of all the fracking fluids from 2013 to 2018, with 2012 as the base year. The report looks at all the hydraulic fracturing activity that's happening across all the 50 states and the consequent fracking fluids that are being utilized. The report also breaks down the industry structure and analyzes who is supplying the fracking fluids and who are consuming the fracking fluids. Hydraulic fracturing involves the stimulation of geologic formations such as shale, tight sands, and coal bed methanes. Any formation with low permeability or low flow rate of oil or gas. Hydraulic fracturing occurs with wells that have been horizontally or vertically drilled and also involve liquid or gas-based fluids. The liquid fluids dominate the market, so we will spend the majority of our time talking about the market prospects of the liquid-based fracking fluids. Although there will be variations in the fracking fluid mixtures across geologic formations, we were able to take voluntarily submitted data across 72,000 wells over 18 different states. We took that data, we cross-referenced it against the energy production in each of the states. We found out areas where hydraulic fracturing was actually occurring. We then extrapolated the amount of fracking fluids that were being used in the market. That is the basis for the data that we talk about in this report. The typical fracking fluids consists of water, which we call the carrier fluid, sand, which we also call proppants, and chemical additives. There are a host of chemical additives, but as far as the volume percentages are concerned, water is typically the greatest percentage at approximately 80%, followed by proppants at approximately 12%. The remainder, around 8.2%, which is chemical additives, makes up the lion's share. The top 4 constituents of the chemical additives make up about 60% of the total volume of chemical additives. These include friction reducers, gelling agents, acids, and scale inhibitors. One of the strongest drivers that's influencing the growth of this market is the use of natural gas, particularly in the transportation area. Another driver is the growing use of REC technologies, which is reduced emissions completions technologies. This is a small array of technologies that are being used to help with the efficiency of capturing natural gas during the fracturing process. The greater use of this technology results in a greater amount of hydraulic fracturing that's occurring, which consequently leads to a greater amount of fracking fluids that are being used in the market. The greatest inhibitor to this market so far has been the uncertainty related to regulations. Each state has their own separate rules, and the federal government has not come up with a national strategy for dealing with hydraulic fracturing. In fact, the EPA is scheduled to release a document that would begin to address fracking fluids amongst all the states. That document is supposed to be released sometime in 2014. Other market inhibitors for hydraulic fracturing and fracking fluids specifically include heightened social awareness. There have been a few documentaries that have been released that have really increased the view of fracking and so forth, and all those factors are included in how we project out the market forecast for fracking fluids. So in terms of the total addressable market for fracking fluids, in 2013, we calculate the total value of the market to be $26 billion. By 2018, with a growth rate of 7.4%, we expect the market to reach $37.3 billion. Now, within the total fracking fluids, the chemical additives make up 65% of the revenue figure that I just quoted, although they only make up 8.2% of the total volume of the market. This clearly spells where the opportunity is when it comes to fracking fluids. So for more information about this report, visit bccresearch.com and search for fracking fluids. Thank you.